Hi guys, this is the Leonidas Lewis and AJ Sports Talk Radio Show. Today we'll be talking about two topics: who wins the Super Bowl this year, and the South Florida sports. Heat and talking about breaking down the Heat's loss and what the Panthers need to do to win tonight. First, let's start off with who you guys think is going to win the Super Bowl. Lewis, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl this season?
I have the Bengals. They have I think one of the best wide receiver core in the league with T. Higgins coming off a big season and Jamar Chase having a kind of a mediocre season, but it's okay. Joe Burrow is the top two in quarterbacks, and their defense is all right, but they're one of the best teams under pressure in the playoffs. So that's why I think they're gonna win the Super Bowl this season.
Okay. AJ, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl?
I disagree. I think it's going to be the Chiefs. The Chiefs have one of the best offenses in the league, or if not the best offense in the league. Patrick Mahomes, he can throw it wherever he wants, even in tight coverage. He can throw it to anybody. He even when they're covered, they can still throw it and it would still be perfect. I think that the Chiefs will win, no doubt. Like, they have their offense like Patrick Mahomes, Isaiah Pacheco, Juju Smith-Schuster, and those are key players to that team. Also, both defense and offense are both organized. They are the best team for them to win the Super Bowl. In my opinion, I think the Chiefs are going to win.
Okay. I think that the Philadelphia Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl because Jalen Hurts in this second year off, and this offense, his second year with A.J. Brown as receiver and the system that Nick Sirianni, the coach of the Eagles, has built around here, has really made a difference. Their defense is undoubtedly top 5 in the NFL. Their quarterback's top 5 in the NFL. Their receivers are both top 15. Their tight end is most likely a top 10 tight end in the NFL. Their offensive line is top 10. Their defensive front is top 10. The linebackers are in the top half of the league. Their secondary is in the top half of the league. Special teams, everyone does well in special teams, really. They're good. And I think they're in the top 15 of the league in literally every single category. And in running back, DeAndre Swift's a good pickup. I think he's probably top 20, top 25 running back, so that's not the best. But Jalen Hurts will account for probably about half of their running this year, so. And he's definitely one of the top 3 scrambler quarterbacks in the league. Now we're going to bring in our caller from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hello, caller 1. What's your name?
How are you? So, I love all the teams you're giving suggestions on, but what do you think about like a sleeper team like the Baltimore Ravens coming in and perhaps taking it?
Well, I think that the Baltimore Ravens could be a good contender in the playoffs, but I don't think that they can pull off to getting the Super Bowl. Even though Lamar Jackson is a top 5 QB with his speed and his skill, I just don't think that the Ravens could pull it off because they're kind of a little messy on defense, and I just don't think that they can go to the Super Bowl, especially contenders like the Chiefs, the Bengals, and the Bills. So I don't think they can do that.
They don't have a strong enough team at all to make it to the Super Bowl.
I agree. I think Baltimore, even with the acquisition of OBJ and their draft, and Mark Andrews as a tight end is good. The guy's name, Dobbins, is coming back. J.K. Dobbins. The defense is good. I just don't think they're going to be able to get past the Chiefs, the Bengals, and the Bills.
Also those strong teams. I just don't think that they're strong enough to beat them.
I agree. All right, so let's talk about South Florida sports. Starting off on a low note with the Miami Heat. What do you guys think were the key reasons to them losing Game 5, AJ?
I mean, it wasn't really that big of a deal, but their offense in the beginning was pretty weak. I mean, they did not deliver strong. Jimmy Butler wasn't doing pretty good in the beginning. Their defense wasn't that good in the beginning. Denver was just kept shooting those shots, and they were drilling them every single time. I think that the biggest reason was probably because of the beginning. They weren't playing as strong enough of defense or offense.
Okay. Lewis, what do you think?
I feel like the team needs to make some major adjustments this offseason, like getting a better I think shooting guard. That's what Kyle Lowry plays. He is not a good enough player to lead on their starter. He's like 38 years old. He's probably gonna retire after this season. So he is not nearly good enough for the team to win, to make it anywhere far. They need to upgrade on defense and offense.
I also think that Tyler Hero was a big centerpiece of that organization.
That's
And I
true.
think the reason why he did not play, and that was one of their key players, so that's probably why they lost
All right.
most of those games.
I lean more to the side of Lewis a little bit. I think Miami started the game decent. They were in the lead at halftime. Third quarter, early in the fourth quarter is where Miami struggled. Denver shot horrible from three. I believe they shot like 15% or 20%. Miami shot like 30% from three, which is not good either. So both teams didn't shoot well from three. Miami shot better from the line. Denver shot better from the field though as a whole. But I think the blame goes on the role players that they weren't able to make threes. And I hate to say this, but I think a decent portion of the blame, I also think it goes from Tyler Hero not playing, and then I think one of the biggest portions of the blame is for Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, he did not deliver in the clutch for Miami, and this whole finals he hasn't been playing very well. So I think he is the main reason they lost this game and the series.
I agree.
What do you guys think about the Panthers? We have to wrap it up quick, so we gotta.
I think their biggest X factor has to be Sergei Bobrovsky. They need him to play good, like in the beginning of the playoffs. That's the only reason why they're here. Like in the Bruins series, Sergei Bobrovsky was such a big centerpiece, and he was saving all of it, and that's the only reason why they're here today. Also, Carter Verhaeghe, he has been insane this Stanley Cup, but they still can only win one game after that one overtime shot.
I agree.
Also, they need Kachuk to step up real high.
That's
because
true.
He needs to, they've been doing this whole playoff.
All right, Lewis, what do you think, really quick?
I believe in the Panthers to win this. All they need to do is Sergei Bobrovsky needs to get like he was during the Bruins and Maple Leafs and Hurricanes.
I agree with that.
He shut down everybody. But the one main thing that they need to do is get better on defense. Stop Jack Idle. He basically scores 2 goals.
Also Mark Stone.
Right, and I think
Kachuk plays a big part, and Barkov.
That's true.
Also, every time when the Golden Knights get a chance, they always try to shoot, and their offense is dominant, so they need to step up their defense. I agree with you.
I have faith that the Panthers can win tonight and the series. I also think their biggest X factor is Sergei Bobrovsky. Matthew Kachuk is questionable to play, and that's a big deal. Carter Verhaeghe, Alexander Barkov, those guys need to step up too. But their biggest X factor is Sergei Bobrovsky. Florida is an excellent road team. The Panthers have been a really good road team during the playoffs, and I think they can pull it off again. All right, and thank you for the show today, and thank you for our sponsor, Burger King, home of the Whopper. All right, and that's it.